time when we beat them and come on home, before we had to come down here again, it was just a good feeling when you beat them to knock them out and win the championship. Now, I'm supposed to give out administration rings tonight, and understand a lot of people that go to a baseball game, or a football game, or a basketball game or something don't understand what goes on before you get there. A lot of work goes into it. You don't understand there's people above me that have to make decisions and do things to give you what you got, help you what you got, and support your coaches. I've worked with a lot of administrators because the two that are sitting here tonight at the table support what we got going on here. Dr. Larissy was our principal here at one time and was an athletic person. He's not here tonight. He's on his way back to Disney World with the band. He said he might be here, he might not. But Dr. Howard and Mr. Poplin have been very good supporters of our athletic program. It's been a pleasure to work with them. I want to call Mr. Poplin up first and give him his ring. And go, Mr. Poplin. Dr. Howard has been a very good supporter of what we got going on here. I can remember back when he played football here years ago. He was an athlete then, involved in our athletic program. He's done the same thing since he's been back. Appreciate what he does. He supports what I do. And he's been very, very helpful in getting things to all of y'all, especially the baseball team. Dr. Howard, you come up. Coach Marchman, last year I told you that I wasn't here to get my ring. I'm going to get my own stuff my ring tonight. Okay? I wasn't here last year. Dr. Howard got it when he gave it to me. Coach Marchman was over there at the softball field something one day, and I'm advised the coach. I said, nice ring. It's the biggest one I got. And it was. I said, the other 7 is not as big as it. They said, what do you mean? I said, I got 8 of these things. This makes number 9. Now, understand, we first started championship business back in 1995. Had a track team, won at 95. We've had 4 football, we've had basically 3 track, 2 baseball, and that means it can go on up to 3 and 4, about what it's going to be, okay? It's being honored where it is. It's an honor to say I was part of what y'all had going on. But you fellas need to understand, all the ones that were on the field that done it all, your parents, your grandparents, your friends are the ones that support you. Administration supporting you. Your coaches supporting you. So what I'd like to do is just give these guys that play baseball and their coaches a big hand right now, okay?
Thank you very much. What y'all have accomplished in the last 2 years may never be done again here. 2 years in a row, we played for the state championship. 3 years in a row that we got here at our home. Y'all been blessed, and I've been blessed to be a part of it as a small part. Dr. Howard's going to come up here and he's going to say some things and start giving out some votes. But before he does, we couldn't do the things we do at the baseball field as a sponsor club, the Dugout Club, the Booster Club, if it wasn't for the administration of the high school and the support that we get from them. Every fundraising event we have to have approved by administration, and everything that we've asked for as far as support, those letters they give it to us. That's why our field looks like it looks. Some of the signs that we get put up there. There's not a 1A class school that I have personally visited that looks as good as what Charlton County does. And it's got a lot to do with a lot of volunteer help and a lot of administration giving support to do so. So Dr. Howard says to give y'all those rings, and he's got some things that he wants to say. So Dr. Howard.
Our role as administrators, I appreciate that ring, but I didn't earn that ring so much in the sense that you guys earn that ring, and the coaches earn that ring because of the hours that you put in. I put in a lot of hours because I'm trying to support everybody. We do try to support you guys. As far as that ring, I appreciate y'all letting me have one because I would have been able. I had turned a shovel of dirt over there. I hadn't took any batting practice or helped coach you in any way. I have a few times defended some of y'all and some of your coaches, but I feel like that's my job. I protect my people, and that's nothing personal. That's just part of the job of being an administrator. You have to look out for your people. Sometimes they're not right, and we have to talk about it later, but you have to support your people when you can. And look out for you guys, whether you're hurt or you're having a bad day and a bad attitude or whatever it may be. But it is another thing, too, for us to try to get the things that you need. And just the Dugout Club and the parent support here, I remember I played baseball as well, and that was in the days when I remember going to Pierce County and we lost 22-0 in 3 innings. Okay, I remember going to Ware County and it was so bad in the second inning that they came up, the last 3 guys and stepped on the plate and swung the bat to get outs because that was my freshman year. We couldn't get anybody out in those games. I remember those games. I remember, we won 7 games, I think, my senior year, and that's the best we've done it because, we brought the gloves out in January or February after football season and put them up in May. And we didn't, I know there's a lot of years we didn't even have a rec program. So it goes all the way back to the things that Coach Baxter and Andy and a lot of you daddies in here, and I don't want to leave any of you out, but I know a lot of you daddies and mamas spend a lot of Saturdays and Sundays in baseball parks when these guys were growing up, and that's just that big change. That's a whole huge part of it. We just do a little part, but where the actual work has been done is tremendous. I showed Thad some pictures. I think it was late 70s, early 80s annual, some baseball pictures of what the baseball field looked like back then. Your dugout was just a little chain link box with one bench in there, and that was even there when I was playing baseball from 87 through 91. Same deal. All play infield. Rocks in it and sticks and things, and wherever we got this play from. Several different kinds of grass and weeds out in the outfield. It's just a totally different place. And that's Coach Marchman coming in and having a vision, and then a whole bunch of great parents and community supporters and people like Rhoden whose kids have even moved on and still helping, doing a lot of work over there. So I appreciate that. It is one of the best places in Class A to play baseball. And I think that if you look at our region, all of our facilities, from our gym to baseball field to our football facilities, are better than anybody's, especially in our region. And that isn't just about administration, that's about everybody that works. So let's give everybody a hand on that. I wrote down a few things. I just wanted to recap it. Mainly I'm talking about the senior class. These guys, real quick, seniors from last year, stand up for me real quick. I want to look at them. I want everybody else to see. These guys right here, most of them either started or they were major contributors their whole 4 years of high school. I remember we were winning games and made our first state playoff appearance when they were freshmen. We had them start. Had Richard on third base crying up there in the playoffs. It happened. I'm messing with him now. He's out of school. So, but they started. Y'all can sit down, man. I got it. But they started that 4-year playoff run. While these guys were here, and I don't want it to be all about the seniors, but all of you guys helped out with this. They had 4 state playoff appearances. We won 3 2A titles. Those were first. That was the first time in our baseball history. 1 Class A runner-up. That was the first for baseball. 2 state titles in 2013 and 2014. We had 1 region loss in 3 years. I hate that I had to come to clinch. I couldn't think of anybody worse than clinch other than Earl maybe. That's pretty strong there. 1 loss in 3 years. And as many baseball games as we played, there's a lot to be said about that. And plus all the numerous awards, guys every year getting all-state, all-region, player of the year, defensive player of the year, pitcher of the year. I mean, if you had told me 10 years ago that we'd have Charlton County baseball players doing this, I would have just been like, oh, we got a lot of work to do. And I think that work's been done by not just by Coach Marchman and coaches he's had over the last few years, but also Coach Baxter and the rest of the rec parents and coaches in that program through the years, so it's been a really good team effort. And also the award that Coach Marchman's got. We just have had a great turnaround here for baseball. You just saw how many of these guys left us. You know, a lot of them played college ball. There's a lot of big shoes to fill, but I mean, we've got probably one of the best players in the state coming back. Got a lot of other strong key players, and got a lot of freshmen that need to grow up in a hurry. A lot of you guys were freshmen out there contributing as well. So, I mean, I'm looking for good things. You know, we may not go as far as we want, but that's our goal every year. And I think with what we have, and we keep everybody together doing what we can, we'll have another great season of Indian baseball there at Indian Field. Just wanted to make sure I didn't leave anything out before I gave these rings out. All right. As I said earlier, it does take our booster clubs, our parents, and supporting these guys all the way up. It takes great players. You also have to have good coaches. So any of those three parts are gone, and if you don't have the support, and that's what we do, if any of those parts are not there, you're not going to be as successful as we've been. So I think that, you know, everybody has done a great job there. I'm proud to be a part of it, the little part that I did get to play. It's my honor to give our coaches their rings, and then I'm going to turn it over to Coach Marchman after he gets his to present each player there personally. So first I want to get Coach Chris Kraft come up. Coach Kraft's been helping us out with he was a middle school assistant, Coach Mike Baxter. Baxter's been with these guys since they were old enough to hold a bat and ball, so he's done a great job with saying that, our middle school program, and just supporting us out there during the varsity season. Coach Thomas Brooks. Coach Brooks' first year with us. He's an excellent student of all the athletic programs we have, and he's helped out tremendously this year. We look for great things here down the road. One good thing is this is the first time that I can remember that we've had our full slate baseball coaches, you know, from middle school on up. We'll have three coaches working high school this year. Coach Stetzer joined our staff. He's our new Spanish teacher. He has college playing experience. He played at the University of North Alabama, so we're excited about that. This coming year. It's the first time we've had our full allotment of coaches filled in probably forever as far as baseball goes. Finally, when Coach Marchman came here, our expectations weren't very high because we've been through a lot of coaches since I've been at the school in '96, and none of them could seem to turn that corner. And in the first few years, we had some rocky years, but we got better every year. The work he puts in, you can't ever deny that Thad Marchman doesn't put the work in. He's out there year-round working out with his boys, helping them out. He gets on their butt. Sometimes they need it, but he does a good job of just staying behind these kids and taking what's being given to him and managing all this talent that we have here and have had and turning it into winners. So I'm going to turn it over to Coach Thad Marchman, our head baseball coach.
I don't even know how you're supposed to do that. How do you wear two state champions? I don't even know how you do it. Like same hands, different hands? Different hands. Somebody wants to get a 5-0. That's pretty cool right there. That's pretty cool. So I was thinking about, what I wanted to say about, the team and things like that. But, I kind of feel the same as how I started the last year, that, the ring has been won and the ring has been made, and I've seen what the ring looks like, and so this ceremony is to recognize the players and have everybody finally see the ring that it unveiled and things like that. Of course, for a long time now, I and hopefully the returning players are thinking about next year. Okay, we're thinking about the season coming up. With that being said, the seniors who just graduated, 10 seniors we had graduated here. We had 7 starters who graduated. That's the winningest group of seniors to ever pass through Charlton County, period, in any school. The number of wins they accumulated over those 4 years are more than any other team has accumulated. Now we keep hitting these goals, right, these marks, and it seems like they can't be, you know, I remember having a conversation with Chris Smith's dad after, you know, we lost in the state championship final to Providence, and he's like, man, 30 wins, that's probably never going to be broken. I agreed. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And then 31, and then 32. So at what point is enough enough? Well, that point is impossible to reach. Okay, so enough's never enough. There's always more to do. There's always another level. You can always move forward. So it doesn't matter how good you are, how good you think you are, how good you think we are, whatever. There's always room to get better. Right? There's always room to get better. So we need to take that attitude into this season here. Also, how can you get better? Well, the juniors who are now seniors can be the winningest athletes to ever pass through Charlton County High School. It takes 17 wins, by the way, for that to happen. 17 wins to surpass that mark. And 17 should not be the goal, because we need to win a lot more than that. But the biggest thing that the senior class, Dr. Howard said he didn't want to make it all about the seniors, but it's pretty important what the seniors have given us, the guys who graduated last year. And it's more so what they did. There's more to it than just helping us win baseball games on the field. But they showed these other guys, these guys who are freshmen now, sophomore now, how to win those games, how to act during a tough situation, how to be in practice every day, how to be prepared, how to do the right thing, how to pass your classes, how to not give teachers hard times, how to say yes, ma'am. And, I mean, the fact of the matter is myself, the administration, and all the teachers, we can preach to these kids all we want about do the right thing, go to class, be respectful, and so on and so forth. But the behaviors learned and happens a lot with the people they're around. And so I'm very proud to be able to coach all of them. But the seniors are the ones who I had for the past 4 years, and the majority of those guys played a lot of varsity baseball, so I spent a lot of time around them. But I'm proud of those guys, just for not the baseball players they are, but the people they are, and the fact that I enjoy being around them. And I think that helps you win baseball games. You know, I enjoy coaching them. I enjoy getting on to them. I enjoy even some of the trivial times were a learning experience for me. So the fact that some kids are harder to manage than others, that's just the way it is. That's what coaching is all about. But I think that it's those types of varied personalities that just made this team work. We had every person on the roster was a contributor. There's no question about it. And I believe that practice is one of the most important things that makes a good team. And the fact that with the way we compete in practice every single day, whether it's conditioning, whether it's an actual game we're playing or whatever, it helps make us better. So what I say to you seniors is thank you guys so much for all the work you put into it. I was a couple of guys on the field yesterday that were home from college and they were hitting and throwing and stuff like that. And I was introducing 2 or 3 of them to Coach Stetzer, who's new on our coaching staff. And after I introduced Coach Stetzer, I was like, yeah, I'm proud of those guys. And they were all walking away, right? And I realized, I've told them I was proud of them for winning state championships and, winning a bunch of games and great job, Richard, put in a home run, whatever, all those kind of things. And of course, once you celebrate a state championship in that moment and all the players on the field, of course, you tell them that you're proud of and things like that, but it's more than just being proud of them for the games that they've won. It's, these guys are in college now. They're playing baseball now. And they're back here, still working on their craft. And they're still being good students. And they're still being the guys that, that I enjoy coaching. So I'm proud of you guys for that. Okay, so thank you for that as well. Finally, before I give out these rings, I just want to challenge the underclassmen to create your own legacy. There's a lot of people, the way the team came together, you guys who were there, when Jesse get hurt in the state championship game, I feel like it could have been easy for our team to be like, hey, he's a big part of us offensively and defensively. So I can see how a normal team, or even a better than average team, would get down. But I never felt that from these guys. And our most troubling loss of the season, probably not the most significant, but the most troubling loss of the season was versus Clinch County, right? And for those of you who were at that game, you probably know that things just did not go our way in that game. Like, everything bad that happened, and then something else bad, and it just continued to happen. But at no point in that game did I think we were going to lose that game. Now, we lost, of course. But even with 2 outs and 2 strikes, I still thought in my heart we were going to win that game. And it's because of the players and the belief system that they have every single day that I get to witness, that I get to see, that I'm around, that we try to coach. I don't know how you get people to believe in themselves. I don't know if you can teach it to them, if they're born with it, they learn it. But that group of kids, all of them, the seniors, juniors, sophomore, freshmen, everybody on that team believed every time they walked out on the baseball field, they were leaving a winner. They believed it. Now, a lot of those guys are gone. So I don't know how hopefully that rubbed off with you, because we're going to put it into you. But guys, you just got to believe it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what you do. You got to believe in what's happened before and how we can do better. Because there's always room to improve. Always room to improve. All right, so actually, I think I'm just going to give these things out in order. That's kind of everything I wanted to say. But individual, we can talk about something individual every one of these guys did, because several people had big moments. Whether Scott hit the game, the go-ahead run in the state championship game, or LJ's pitching performance throughout the playoffs, or Jesse's pitching performance throughout his career, or whoever. We can just name them all. But the fact of the matter is, there's so many contributors sitting at this table right now. We'd be here all night long. I'm just impressed with you guys. I'm impressed with the seniors. I'm looking forward to everybody else, and it's almost coming back to work. So, Andrew Justin, come on. Caleb Brown. Yeah, they're all seniors. Good. Austin Knowles. Brandon Dillon. LJ Talent. Jordan Talent.
Stand up here.
Matt John. Derek King. Right here. And you. Look out. Yes, King. Dylan Turner. And the winner of the state championship game on the hill is Mr. Richard Jackson.
I want to say something about Coach Marchman real quick before we do whatever else we got to do. This past summer, right as school started back, Coach Marchman was invited to go to Atlanta, or Macon, I guess that was, Macon, to speak as a part of a group to a whole set of officials in the state of Georgia. Not just baseball, but everybody. They had a panel. And the guy that's the executive director, a good friend of mine, he asked me, do you think your baseball coach would like to come and talk to us? Come out and go. So we got him up there, and Coach Marchman alluded to his ring a while ago about what he do. Coach Marchman asked me, said, what, do I need to wear my ring? I said, shoot, yeah, I wear it. It's a talking piece. Put it on. Everybody got to ask some questions. I think everybody in the world asking questions. Coach Marchman did a super job. I'll let you know that. I think I already told you that, but I want you to keep it. He got an opportunity after this panel was over that a lot of people came up and talked to him and asked questions. He got to talk to them. So it was a good experience for you to be with all those folks. A lot of people commented about that, so I appreciate you going. And it's a pleasure to have a head coach be able to go somewhere like that and speak. And I was glad you were there and I enjoyed everything you did that week. Okay?
Unveil our new sign. While we're getting ready, I just want to say that these players, especially the seniors that have left us and have gone on, if you put as much, most of them are on their phones right now, put it on Instagram, but if you seniors put as much as you did into your high school careers as students and players, and anything you do for the rest of your life, I just don't see any way that you can't be successful, because you learn a lot of lessons. I picked at Richard earlier. When he was a freshman, he was pouncing over there and made a bad play. We had a terrible game against DCI. In the semifinals this year, they came back and pitched the game of his life when the chips were down and won it for us. So that was a great turnaround, and that's a lesson for all of y'all to see how Richard did in the state championship game. So this time, Coach, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Challenge all of you.
Well, let me tell one more story about Richard while we're here.
What's that?
Let me tell one more story about Richard real quick.
Another Richard story.
I've watched these games, I go back and, we'll watch them often, actually. And in the final state championship game, I always wonder when I'm watching TV and I'm watching baseball games or whatever, football game, and they huddle up, I always want to know what they're saying. So I'm about to tell you guys how that went one time. So Richard just mishandled a swinging bunt, right, where he picked it up and dropped it, the guys say whatever, and then something else happened that wasn't good, maybe Walker or something like that. And I was very upset at Howard Jones. I felt like we had an opportunity to get 2 2 easy outs. We didn't get either one of them. So when we all convened on the mound there, we were all together, right? But my direction of my voice was going directly towards Richard, right? Like in a very not happy type of way. Okay. And you know, those guys weren't feeling good either because, you know, it cost us a run and we weren't at the end yet, you know, and we didn't know what was going to happen next or whatever. So everybody's upset, I'm upset. And so Rich was looking at me, but all of a sudden I felt like that he had enough of what I had to say. And he said, "Let's go, man, let's go!" And he just punched his mitt, like, and he was just ready to go. And I just felt like, let's go.
Now, it is about an inch off, so we got Mr. Murphy, he's gonna fold it up there next week, so it'll be right in, but we did want to.
We know it's not straight.
Temporary it is tonight. I just know there's gonna be somebody worried about it tonight, but we haven't folded it down yet, so hopefully it doesn't fall off and get anybody tonight.
Everyone, y'all got the blue up there, and the sign,